Hello,
Gonna
friends.
be here. Sorry, if she's gonna be all up in the way, you might as well get a good look at her, right?
Absolutely. Hello, sweetheart. I'm the last person that the cat wants to hear from. Every time I speak, the cat sticks her butt in the camera, so she doesn't like me or my voice. So, this is my friend Anna Banana. That is her kitty cat. And we are here to do the new moon readings. We're going to go through the zodiac signs, all 12 of them. Of course, the new moon is on Wednesday, which is November the
23rd.
What?
Wednesday is the 23rd.
Wednesday the 23rd.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And I said the 12th.
Yeah.
Because I'm looking at my calendar on my computer. And all of a sudden I just went to a different whole system. Anyway. Moving on. So, that's what we're going to do. We're going to do the new moon readings for the zodiac signs. Good Lord. And we're going to start out with the lovely sign of Aries. Oh, yes, it's all coming back to me now. Timestamps and all that. And I promise this time I won't screw that up. Well, I say that, but I might.
Are you going to be my table? She has laid down in front of my cards and is just looking at me. Like, what are you doing?
It's okay. I'm asking the same questions myself. It's fine. All right, friends, please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit the thumbs up, comment below, all that good stuff. All those things are important to the channel. We appreciate your support. Anna Banana's link will be in the description box if you're not familiar with her. Please do go show my friend some love. And of course, I will try to do my best to put the timestamps in, and this time I'll do it correctly. We hope. Fingers crossed. All right, so for our lovely friends that fall under the zodiac sign of Aries, what is this new moon's message for Aries? All right.
Okay. So, Aries. It's strange to me because I don't recall ever pulling this card before. The first card that fell out is Will, a tiger. But if you look closely at that lady, her arms are everywhere. She literally has the will to be anything that she wants to be, go in any direction that she wants to go. She just needs to have faith and tap into that inner strength in order to move forward. You're being encouraged to maintain your stability. You have the turtle that's always stable in the water, whether he's underneath or above. He always knows the right way up. You never see him upside down in the ocean. So no matter how chaotic things may appear to you right now, tap into the energy of the turtle and maintain your balance and go with the flow. You don't have to wallow in that chaotic energy. You can surf your way out of it if you just go with the flow. And the easiest way to do that is to pay attention, be observant as to what's actually going on around you. It's almost as if you're being encouraged to separate your emotions from your perception, because your emotions may cause you to see things in a gray sort of way when it should actually be black and white for you right now. Okay. Got you, Zeddies.
We start out with the 10 of fire. This is a feeling of being overworked, of being stressed out. Maybe feeling off balance or imbalanced. Following that, we have the 4 of water, or the 4 of cups. This is a feeling of being stuck or being bored. You are distracted. Feeling discontented and probably not really fully understanding why you feel that way. We have the Ace of Water, or the Ace of Cups. This is about listening to your intuition. This is about your emotions and your relationships. And on the bottom of the deck, we've got the Knight of Earth, or the Knight of Pentacles. This is going after going after your dreams, going down that path, right? You know, you're sort of like directed, and you know exactly what you want. So you're being responsible, you're organized, and you're, I want to say you're focused on the goal, right? I pulled from the Energy and Spirit Oracle, I've got Talent Guide, which is spirit mentors and teachers. And so there seems to be this overlying message that, you know, you have support, you have the spiritual support, the connection through your inner wisdom and also your intuition, your gut instinct. And then, of course, you know, your guides, your team, whatever you want to call it. And I feel like if you can sort of separate yourself, like you were saying, from your emotions, sort of take a step back to gain some perspective, things might become a little less cloudy, as you were saying. I pulled this card from the Sea Souls Journey Oracle, and we have Faith. May trust steady your fears. Right? So having faith in yourself, having trust in yourself, in your intuition and in your gut instinct is what's going to help you to find and stay on course. That's what I got for Aries. So I hope that makes sense. Let's move on to Taurus, my friend. Our lovely Taurian friends.
She's so stubborn. She got up, turned around, and decided that she was going to try and knock the card off the desk.
Well, she wants to have a part in the reading too.
Now she wants to incubate it.
Maybe she's a Taurus. She wants to know what her cards say. rather have a cat laying on my desk than two running as if they're just ate some gasoline. That's what my two are doing right now. Running from one end of the house to the other like, woohoo! Everybody's asleep, yeah!
Okay, so for Taurus, we begin with creation. You've got the scroll, and when you take a good look at them, they actually look like building plans. Yeah, I'm not sure if you can see that.
Mm-hmm.
But then if you look off into the distance underneath the moon, you also see her face. It's more of planning a new you, planning out how create a way for you to be seen authentically.
Wow. Look at
that. Cool. And the best way to get to create this new you is to find peace. You need to take time out, step away from any chaos or discontentment, figure out what makes you happy, what makes you glow inside, so that when the random energy sucks that happen through society occur, it's not throwing you off balance. It's not hindering your progress. And then the last card that came out was growth. And to me, this is a call that, yeah, you're trying to recreate yourself. You're trying to be more authentically you. But it's because you're tired of being stagnant in a rut. You're trying to find that way to move forward. Focus on your peace. It will give you clarity to grow. Man, I felt like I was just lecturing myself.
I would just like to say that I said that I would not screw up the timestamps, and I realized that I already have, so. Friends, do forgive me. I literally wrote down the time on my clock as to when we started Taurus, not the time on the clock of the recording. They're different, just so you know. Having said that, have faith that the reading, I'm still connected, thank God, because our readings are pretty much the same. So at least you know that part's still working. Wow. I just don't understand what's happening. We start out with the Queen of Earth. This is the hardworking parent. This is the person in the community that everyone goes to and that everyone is naturally sort of surrounding themselves around, right? This is someone who's gracious and capable and practical. You know, I say all the time that she's got her hands in all the cookie jars, and she can totally handle that. Handles it like a champ. We have the Five of Water. This is crying over spilt milk, right? This is being so sort of distracted that you start to lose focus over what's actually happening or what's important that's happening. And so you're focused on the 3 cups that are on the ground and those contents, instead of noticing that there's still 2 cups on the table that are still holding their contents. We've got the 7 of Earth. This is taking an assessment, right? It's an intentional pause while you try to gather your patience, assess the situation. And really, when you do that, quite oftentimes what you're doing is actually investing in yourself, right? You're putting all of your eggs in that basket. On the bottom of the deck, we've got the Star. This is about having faith. It's about having patience. It's about hope. It's about inspiration and fulfillment. And then I pulled from the Chakra Insight deck, I got 2 cards. So the first card being from the third eye chakra, which is seeing, which I held up before. This is about perspective, your truth, your knowledge, and your clarity, right? The second card is from the heart chakra, and this is forgiveness. And if you notice in this card, right, there's that lovely rainbow sort of behind her. This is about letting go. This is about healing, growth, and compassion. And what I think is super interesting is I pulled 3 cards, right? The 3 tarot cards that are all green.
Ooh.
And I have 1 major arcana on the bottom of the deck, and those are both purple.
Huh.
So, I think for Taurus moving into this new moon, you need to allow yourself to move past, move on, move forward, because that's going to allow you to heal and to grow. And that growth is going to allow you to have a new perspective, to come from a place of more clarity, right? That's what's going to increase your faith. That's what's going to make you inspired and make you feel fulfilled. Yay. And now,
Proper timestamp.
and now we move on to Gemini. Our good friend, Gemini.
That's too many. No. Begin again. Like 9 cards flipped over all at once. No.
No. Sorry, Gemini. Too many.
We know you're complicated, but you're not that complicated.
What is happening to the cards? You gotta love it when they fall upside down and inside the deck. Or flip over, or whatever you want to call it. Nice. All right.
Huh. Okay. I'm not sure what's going on with you, Gemini. Because I don't normally associate a Gemini with lack of confidence.
Right.
That said, the first card that's coming out is love. Eros, love. but I'm not feeling this as a romantic love or a familial love. I'm actually feeling this more of there's an idea that you're attached to, maybe an art project or a business idea. There's something that's inspiring you, that's making you feel more joyful and more hopeful of the future. That said, the next card that comes out is confidence. You're being encouraged or even urged to tap into that Achilles energy where you could literally do and accomplish anything you put your mind to. You just have to believe, one, that it's really what you want to do, but that you can do it.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason I say that is because the last card that came out was Zeus. You have the leadership capabilities to succeed in whatever this endeavor is. You just have to remind yourself or tap into that self-confidence that doesn't put up with that random naysayer commentary that comes off to the side. So long as you're following your heart and listening to your intuition, those leadership capabilities are going to soar to the front, and you will get this accomplished.
We'll start out with the Six of Earth, or the Six of Pentacles. This is about giving and receiving. This is support. This is charity. It's generosity. It's my newest thing to explain this card is, imagine two hands sort of grasping on and holding on, right? It's really like that kind of lovely energy, right? Where there's no strings attached, no ties. You just do it because it makes you feel good, right? Either the receiving or the giving, or just being a generous person in general. We have the Page of Earth. This is someone who likes facts, likes to do the research, likes to sort of, look for information and find all the answers. This is someone who appreciates that fact-finding mission because it makes them feel a sense of being prepared, that, you're ready to take on anything. Nothing is going to come in and like undermine you because you're ready for everything, right? But you do it in a way that boosts your mood, if that makes sense. Like being prepared is your thing, right? Like baking is someone's thing. Your thing is to be like, I know everything I need to know. I'm fully prepared. Following that, we have the Nine of Water. This is the wish fulfillment card, right? This is your wishes coming true, your dreams coming true, a state of happiness. This is almost like euphoric, right? Which, who doesn't want that? On the bottom of the deck, we have the Hermit card, right? This is about self-discovery. This is about going within and tapping into that inner wisdom, right? Taking yourself away from people, possibly, maybe taking yourself, to a happy place or a quiet place. It could be for days, could be for minutes, right? It is an ability to be able to literally remove yourself, to get down to your core, to find out, well, I haven't checked in a while. Are you okay? What's really going on? Is everything all right? Like that kind of energy. And I feel like that's where you are right now. Which is interesting because I'm not really feeling that from my cards. I feel like that this is a check-in point, though. When I look at the cards, I feel like you're checking in with yourself. So if this is something that you do, Geminis, if you from time to time take yourself off course and go, Okay, just tune in, check in, everything's fine. Like I'm listening to this, like this and this are communicating, right? And when I say this, I'm referring to your gut. I pulled this card, which is the loyalty card. Being loyal to yourself, loyal to your gut, loyal to your intuition, loyal to, what makes you tick. Are you listening to you? And then, I don't know if you heard, but you started reading, and I literally, the next deck beside the last deck on my table, which there's several, I just picked up the first card. And this is just super interesting. So we have which course takes me home, the map. And so in my mind, this is you looking at you. You're trying to find your North Star. And the lantern that the hermit holds is what he uses to guide along the path. That is his wisdom. So that's what you're looking for, right? You're looking for your wisdom. You're checking in with your wisdom to make sure that your wisdom is working and that you're listening to it, which I just think is super interesting. Timestamp. It's never going to get old, friends. It's never going to get old. All right, we move on to our friends, our Cancerian friends. Nice. Beautiful.
Okay.
Scanning.
All right. So, with Cancer, the first card I got was water, creation. I really love this card. Because a lot of times when people think of creation, they think of something young, something new, something fresh. But you have a crone with all of these doves around her.
Sir, I'll be right back.
And she's tapping into that creative energy. She doesn't care about the image that she is currently displaying. She doesn't care that some people may think she's too old to go down this path. It's what she wants, and she's going after it. The next card that I got is Endurance, the Rock. You have basically weathered the storm. It doesn't matter how much you succeeded, so much as the fact that you did succeed. How much of a prize you got at the end of the road was not the real prize. It was the fact that you survived those trials and tribulations, the fact that you managed to come out with your head held up and a greater knowing of the strength that you possess. It's with that strength that you learned through that survival that is teaching you how to use your voice. It's teaching you how to speak up in an authentic way that gives clarity and understanding, not just to yourself, but to everyone around you who may or may not actually understand who you really are. It's time to stick to that authenticity of who you are. And considering I know many cancers, and I found that kind of weird because most cancers that I know are very outspoken, and 90% of the time their outspokenness is extremely authentic to their detriment sometimes. So I pulled another card, and it's the fragment. We are all pieces of stardust. Every last one of us is necessary to make the collective whole. You, while you may be using your voice, are feeling alone and lost, but that's an illusion. Because you are at a moment of creating the world that you want to live in. You can't be alone and lost if you're creating, because the creating proves that you are one with the universe. You can't be lost. You're where you need to be.
Well, once again, I'm not going to disappoint. I'm not going to make you choose a reading. Basically is what I'm trying to say. We start out with the 8 of Cups. So the 8 of Cups is the ritual release, okay? Yes, it's walking away from something that no longer serves you, but it's not necessarily literally walking away from something. It's you leaving something where it needs to be left, right? You freeing yourself from that constraint or that burden or that stress or that past pain or whatever the case may be. That's the energy coming in from your past. Next, we have the 10 of Pentacles. This is the happy home card. This is trying to find that stable foundation, right? That we all want, that we all need. Cancers are emotional. They want their family and their homes. It is the most important thing to them. They want everyone around them to be happy and good and joyful and hopeful and loving. And so you are striving to achieve that. Following that, we have the Star card, right? This is about faith and hope and believing. On the bottom of the deck, we've got the 5 of Pentacles. This is feeling some sort of lack. This is feeling worried. You're seeking support. You're looking for assistance. Something feels very off with you in terms of what's happening and what you feel are like this far apart when that's not really what's happening, but you're feeling this heavy burden. And I think it's because of whatever this was that you put where it needed to be put. You're still kind of feeling that sort of broken wing kind of thing, you know, like I'm the little bird that broke its wing, and you've just nurtured me back, and now it's time for me to go out on my first flight, and I'm kind of like, oh, I don't know if I can do it. It's kind of like that kind of vibe. I got the lotus, which is resurrection. So literally you're blooming, right? You're starting to open back up again. You're allowing yourself to feel, and you're afraid to feel because you don't want to get hurt. You just want to be loved, right? And then I pulled another card here from the Sea Souls Journey Oracle, and we have belonging. Okay, it's a beautiful picture.
It is.
And the message on this says, may you welcome yourself home. Right? May you welcome yourself home. So continue to peel back the layers, continue to open yourself up, continue to believe in yourself and have faith. Continue to put in the work. Seek support if you need it. Allow yourself to get to the end of the journey, to reach the goal that you have in mind, but don't forget to appreciate the journey, because the work that you're doing is really important, right? The loving yourself and appreciating every step, it's important. That's what I had for Cancer. Now we move on to our lovely Leo friends.
Mm-hmm.
Our lovely Leos. I don't know. Maybe I'm just biased. Okay. Love me some Leo. Do we know any Leos? No, I'm just kidding. No. Do we know any Leos? Well, all right. When 3 cards fall out, 3 cards are it.
Okay.
Nice.
The first card.
I like my reading. I'm going with it.
The first card that came up is Aphrodite, self-love. And you hear a lot of us saying that if you don't love yourself, you cannot really truly love somebody else. And that's because if you don't truly love yourself to the point where you can look at yourself in the mirror and say, I love you, I respect you, I honor you, and actually mean it, then you don't know how to truly do that with someone else. The second card we get is Matt. She's justice. In this deck specifically, justice is not what is typically labeled a sense of putting someone in jail or having karma come back and bite that other person in the butt. In this deck, justice is about self-reflection. It's a understanding that there's always a balance in chaos, literally. It's you receive what you put out type of situation. You put out love, you're supposed to get that back threefold. You put out hate, you're supposed to get that back threefold. No matter which way you look at it, it's karma coming back to you with the same energy multiplied that you have given out. And in this deck, it is taking a good look at the situation, understanding what part you played in it, forgiving yourself for your part while taking personal responsibilities, and then letting the rest of it just flow away. You cannot correct or adjust someone else's perception of a situation. That's something that they have to do. You can only adjust and correct your personal perception of the situation. And that's what you're being called on to do. Because you are in this moment of growth, of creating a new facet of you. So you need to pull out. And when I say pull out, it's more of a weed out, let go type situation of the crabgrass and the weeds that's growing in your garden, so that you can sow a better harvest. And you've got the power to do it, so long as you remember to start with love. Love yourself enough, respect yourself enough to know that you can create anything. Sorry, head tingle.
We start out with the 9 of Earth, or the 9 of Pentacles. This is the energy coming in from the past. This is a level of contentment that allows you to feel that you have arrived, that you have succeeded, you have beaten the odds, right? It is the moment where you can literally sit back and just go, but it makes you feel amazing, right? It's a level of independence. That's the word I'm looking for. Following that, we have the Queen of Air, the Queen of Swords. I love the Queen of Swords. I love this dress, right? This is like the power suit, only in gowns. Do you know what I mean? This is someone who is brilliant, and someone who is a truth seeker, and someone who is very analytical and sort of, scans everything and takes it all in and mashes it all up and comes out with a plan. They know exactly what they want. They know exactly how to get it, and they know exactly what to do when they get it, which, who doesn't like that idea, right? We have the Hermit card, again, showing itself, right? Self-discovery and introspection. And on the bottom of the deck, we have the 6 of Wands, which is self-esteem. It's being recognized. It's victory. Success. And so I feel like either you don't think you're worthy, which, being a Leo, I know that we do that. We think sometimes we don't deserve. accolades or any kind of, celebration or accomplishment, we say thank you, and then we're like, no, okay, don't make a fuss, don't make a fuss. Even though everyone thinks Leos love a fuss, some of us really, really don't like a fuss. And sometimes when you say no to the fuss, you just took away the actual whole accomplishment. You know what I mean? And that's not at all what you want to happen. And so these readings are very much alike, again, in that respect. So I pulled from the Prairie Majesty Oracle, and 2 cards fell out. The first one is, how can I know myself as absolute? Okay, this is the bison. And what does it say? Just be. Just be. Take that pause, get quiet, and get in touch. Just be. How can I be of service? Shelter. Again, taking the pause, getting in touch, just being. Super interesting, right? The last card I pulled is Desert Passage. There is a divine plan. Again, check in and just be. That lantern is the wisdom, as we said before, that will guide you in the direction that you need to go if you follow the light, right? The light is your connection. Sometimes you just got to trust, which is one of the hardest things that we all have to do, is just trust. But I think that is a lovely reading for our Leo friends. I'll take it. And now we move on to Virgo.
I need to make sure my girlfriend sees this. She needs to hear that message. She's who popped into my mind when you made that comment about sometimes we don't like that. Some of us don't like that fuss. And it was like all of a sudden there she was, front and center. But she needed to hear the message. Okay, I was running my mouth. Who are we doing now?
Virgo.
Virgo.
Beautiful. Nice card for Virgo.
Ooh.
Not that the other cards haven't been nice. I'm just saying. All right, friends. 48 minutes in. We're halfway through. Good grief. These cards are so sharp on the corners. Honestly, they hurt my little hands.
All right, Virgo. You start out with inner core. You have your inner core is more solid than you give yourself credit for. You have a strong moral compass that guides your specific actions. You don't sit there and judge other people because they are not following your moral code, but you follow your moral code no matter what anybody else says. And that's most important. Because with your moral code, hand in hand, you have a passion for life that can be seen from the outside to be maybe dangerous or eccentric, but you're just following your soul journey. It's that passion. By living that passionate type of life, you are connecting with your higher self, and your higher self is saying, we promised we would do this. Enjoy it, live it, love it. But with that passion, a little bit of fear kicks in every now and then. That whole social morality, you live outside of it sometimes. And that while you find joy in those moments, you're also at the same time kind of afraid of how other people perceive what you do. But you're being encouraged to remember, one, you are always protected. Spirit is always there guiding your way. Spirit is not going to purposely send you on a path that's going to put you in danger. So you need to allow the sun to guide you. Allow the sun to shine upon those people who have a tendency to be judgmental, so that you know who you need to push away, or not so much push away, distance yourself from. You will always find your group. The sun may be melting, the mountain may be liquefying, but you're safe because you have your partner there. You have your partner in crime, so to speak, helping you live authentically, helping you live passionately. It's a reminder not to let anybody else guide your path. That's your job. Okay, dear. I probably threw you for a loop on that one, but
we start out with the Queen of Swords. She is showing her lovely face again. The Queen of Swords is all about being analytical, as I said. Very strategic, all about the planning. That is a Virgo, right? They love to make a plan, make a list, and they like to get everyone else on the plan and the list. They're totally there for that. Most Virgos, I'm generalizing. We have the Fool card, right? This is stepping out, new beginnings, new opportunities, new journeys, new adventures, being brave, being courageous, sometimes a little bit naive, but not in a frightened way, in a way like, I have no idea what's going to happen, but oh my God, I'm so excited. It's kind of like that kind of vibe. We have 2 major arcanas out of 3 cards here. We have the Magician next. This is using the resources that you have at your disposal to your benefit, right? The Magician in the traditional tarot has all the equipment, all the tools of the tarot, the pentacles, the cups, the wands, and the swords, right? So you gather your resources and you use those to your advantage. On the bottom of the deck, we have the World card. So you have completed a cycle. I mean, check this out. So the Fool card is in the middle, which is current energy. This is on the bottom of the deck. So you are completing a cycle. You have made a major achievement. And now you're starting a new beginning. Like, that's crazy. Anywho. So then I pulled an Oracle card. And I've got Summon. Summoning up the courage. Summoning up the faith to be able to go ahead on this new journey, which is why the Magician has come out and asked you to gather your resources. And I love this. Look at this card. It's absolutely stunning, right? We've got wilderness and untamed, right? So, like, the sky's the limit is literally what I'm feeling with this. This is your new adventure, right? You can do anything that you want. You have no limits except for the limits that you place on yourself, right? I feel like I want to say, and I don't want to be cliche about this, but it's like go forward and be bold about it. You know what I mean? Like, the world is your oyster. Do it. I mean, it's such a beautiful reading. I feel very like like Thelma and Louise, like, start the car, let's do it. You know what I mean? Like, that's how I feel, which is just beautiful. So I hope that resonates for someone. And I hope that they tell us about it.
Yeah, basically follow that passion.
That's it.
You're good. You're golden.
All right, my friends, we are now on to our lovely Libras. We are at 1 hour, and we have we've just hit the halfway mark. So we will try to speed her up with just a bit. I almost said timbit, which, funny enough, for the people that don't know, do you know what a timbit is?
I've never heard of it.
Okay, so Tim Hortons, Tim's, or Timmy's is the coffee shop in Canada that is on literally almost every corner. And they do donuts and coffee and sandwiches and so forth. And they came up with these little donuts, which are supposed to be the whole of the donut, and they call them Timbits. And so that's what I was referring to when I said Timbit. When I said I didn't say Timbit, I said Tidbit. Don't ask. But anyways, it reminded me
I
of.
wonder which one came first, Timbits or Dunkin' Donuts donut holes.
I'm pretty sure that Dunkin' Donuts came before Tim Hortons Tidbits or Timbits. But they're so good. We have Dunkin' Donuts here too.
Yeah, Dunkin' Donuts down here, you don't want. Dunkin' Donuts in the South suck. But then again, I'm spoiled.
I don't understand how anyone lines up in a lineup of cars for like 20 minutes to order a coffee. Beyond me. Anyways, moving on to our lovely Librarian friends.
Okay.
Libra.
Dear Libra, your first card is the Peacock. It is prosperity. Now, a lot of people hear prosperity and they're automatically go to financial gain, financial stability, security, excess. But if you notice the Peacock, it's the colors, it's the beauty, it's the little things that you have technically an overabundance of. I mean, his plumes are literally wrapping around the head. It's that love that you gain from that unconditional love that you get from your child, from your parent, from your partner. But it's more the unconditional love that you're supposed to be giving to yourself. You have a bigger soul than you allow to shine. And you're being asked to allow it to blossom, allow it to shine its colors everywhere, to reflect out to the world. And part of that beauty you possess is your reliability. You are a very stable person, though from the outside it may not look that way. You manage to conquer everything that you put your mind to. Without you, that home would be missing. Without you, that security would not be there. You are the foundation. What you're being asked to do is pay attention to your intuition. Live like the cat. Don't run away from stuff. Follow your gut. You know what you're good at. You know where you can be of service. Don't allow the human mind to trick you into believing something that's not true. And the reason I say that is because your last card, which the cat and this one both fell out at the same time, it's the meerkat. You know how to handle responsibility. You know how to prioritize. You know how to get things done. As a society, we have a tendency to downplay our personal accomplishments, our personal, trying to find the right word. Where we can be of most benefit. We try to keep our ego in check, even when we know that our way would be more beneficial. Speak up and understand that your ability to handle the ups and downs, your stability assists your sense of responsibility. So long as you follow your intuition, you're going wherever you want to go. It's interesting how it read forward and back. Okay.
I start out with the Two of Swords. Now, the Two of Swords is about indecision. It's about feeling confusion and not knowing what direction or what path to take. But it's not just like, should I wear the red top or should I wear the blue top? It's really messing with you. And I don't know why, but I feel like this is more avoidance of making a decision than not knowing what decision to make. Right? This is more possibly about procrastination or living in the outcome of what you think the decision might do. Right? Like if I say this, and then that's going to happen, and then that's going to happen, and then that's going to happen, and that's what's stopping you from making the decision. That's the energy coming in from the past. We have the Knight of Pentacles next. This is going after it. This is going after your dreams, right? This is, you've got a plan, you're motivated, and off you go. So those two things don't really make a whole lot of sense. Then we've got the Moon card. Right, so the Moon card is interesting because it is either showing you something that you don't know is there, showing you just enough light to see exactly just what's in front of you, or it's showing you the thing that you thought was there is not there. And then we've got the Ace of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. And the Ace of Pentacles is about planting the seeds for your future. So you know what to do. You know how to go after it. But it's like you're thinking too much about it. Right? You're letting your mind almost like play tricks on you. And I don't know if it's because you're worried about what other people think, what other people feel, what other people say, what other people believe you should be doing, which is a possibility. We've got the healing heart, love, acceptance, romance. You know, Libras like everyone around them to be happy. They are happiest when you are happy. That's when a Libra feels good, is when everyone around them feels good. And the last card that I got is this lovely card here of Strut. I love this. It's so cute, right? So the top of the card says, am I carrying myself with love? And then it says Strut. And so when I look at this, and I look at this guy, and I say, love yourself, accept, just accept it, right? It is what it is. So you can get out of the outcome, right? Stop imagining things where there is nothing. Use the light of the moon to show you what's exactly just in front of you. Plant your seed for your new beginning and strut yourself all the way to success. And notice how those cards are both yellow. Right? This card here and this card.
Yep.
I just noticed that as I was holding them all up. Oh, and the Ace of Pentacles is also yellow. Look at that. Mm-hmm. Yep. That's what I got for you, Libra. I hope that that helps. I thought that that was a pretty good reading.
I love that strut card.
I know, isn't it cute?
Every time I see it, my brain automatically goes to the pond right outside our hospital.
Right.
That always has a minimum of 20 ducks right along the edge. And you just see them strutting their stuff right along the bank. It's like,
right.
It gives me a big old smile.
Well, that's awesome. We love that. All right, so we're on Scorpio now, and we're going to have to speed this up a bit because we're 1 hour and 8 minutes, and we still have Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces to go. Let's not be here till Thursday.
But Thursday.
I need to get my beauty sleep. Oh, I'm hot.
I think if we were here till Thursday, that would be a long enough marathon to break any records.
Probably.
People might see us snoring.
People would ask questions, I'm sure.
Like, how many pots of coffee have you had so far?
None. I don't drink coffee, remember? It smells like cat pee. Sorry. For anybody who watched my video for my channelversary when I played that clip where Ben and I discussed coffee smelling like cat pee. That's what made me giggle. Oh my gosh, I'm sweating. Woohoo!
Okay, you cannot dish out half the deck. Make up your mind. Thank you. Okay.
Oops.
So we are going with Our first card is Yemaya. She's all about hope. Depending on what deck you're using. Yemaya is associated with water and the flow of the rivers, the lake beds.
Scorpio is a water sign.
Oh, sweet. I did not know that. Well, I should say I did not remember that. But just like with the water needing to flow, you also need to flow with, allow your hope to flow, to grow bigger.
I'm going to go grab a drink. I'll be right back.
Many of us have a tendency to stifle our hope for our dreams and our wishes to come true, for a better outcome from what we currently perceive. But she's telling you to hold on to your hope. Make sure that you don't, for lack of a better phrase, don't shoot yourself in the foot from fear. You will manage to get where you want to go. What you need to focus on right now is Hera's commitment. You need to take a good look, not just in the mirror, but also at the situation that you're in. And you need to decide whether or not you need to decide what your priorities are. This could be loving yourself. This could be making yourself better. This could be changing yourself entirely. At the same time, this could be a business partnership or a friendship or whatever that feels a little off. You need to decide what you're going to work on. It's your hope. It's what's going to determine where you need to focus, what you want to achieve. But once you understand where your priorities lie, you need to find the courage to release. Releasing is easier said than done, because 9 times out of 10, you're releasing some form of emotional attachment, whether it's old baggage that you're carrying around from past relationships, past missteps, failures, however you want to call it. You need to release that. But sometimes you need to release what's current. And it's when you decide what your priorities are, where your commitments lie, where you're going to be able to determine what you can release without doing emotional harm to yourself, giving you a clearer path to walk down. Just remember, retain the hope, because you will get through it all. And you will come out on the other side achieving what you intended to achieve.
Okay. Sorry, I got really hot. I had to go get a drink. We have the Queen of Fire. I love the Queen of Fire. Look at her sitting there in all of her glory. The Queen of Fire is exuberant and determined and intelligent. It's like she's everywhere, right? She loves being in that queen sort of energy. And she wants to inspire others to do the same. We have the Seven of Water. This is about making choices. It's about overanalyzing things. It's about procrastination. I call it the adult shell game, right? Where you're moving it all around going, well, what about this and what about that? And if I do this, then this might happen. But if I do that, then that might happen. It's that kind of deal. We have the Six of Air, which is moving away from troubled waters, which is lovely, right? So it's relief, it's hope, it's moving forward, moving on, moving past, right? We have the Queen of Air on the bottom of the deck, or the Queen of Swords, right? Someone who is humorous and brilliant and experienced, and the truth seeker, and the person who is analytical and strategizing all the time. And so I feel very much like you have the confidence, you have the ability, but you get caught up in the details, right? We've got Wandering Path, enjoy the journey. There are so many times in our lives that we spend thinking about other things, right? Thinking about the outcome, thinking about the woulda, shoulda, couldas, thinking about the past, that we forget to live in the moment, because the moment and the moments in between all of those things, the past, the present, and the future, those moments don't last forever. You know, they sort of go doom, 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 doom. You know what I mean? And before you know it, you're at the end. And then you think back in hindsight and say, well, I wish I had have. Do you know what I mean? So enjoy the journey. Enjoy the process. We have Expansive. Beautiful picture. And the message on this card is absolutely beautiful. May you connect to the whole. So enjoy the journey and connect to the whole, right? If you enjoy each step, then when you get to the outcome, whatever that outcome is, you will be able to experience it for all that it encompasses, for all of its joy and all of its blessings, because you took the time to enjoy the journey, right? You weren't too focused on one part of the journey. Does that make sense? That's what I got.
I like that one. I especially love that Expansive card. It's really pretty.
This deck is stunning. I love it. All right, my friends.
Welcome back.
All right, we move on to Sagittarius.
My moon. Oh, that makes sense. Okay. So, Sagittarius. It is time for you to take action. With that card. That's pretty. With this card, it's more of You know what your responsibilities are. But you're being told life is not just responsibility. I mean, look at the way she's dancing. She's not caring about responsibility right now. She's taking time to enjoy life, enjoy the beauty, the pleasure. For some of you, this is a major act of will because you are so responsible. You're into that steady routine. While you may have a fiery, passionate nature, you like routine. So to jump into action randomly, follow something that sparks your soul for a moment, is going to be an act of will. But you can do it. You have a way of if you look at it, you see all the cycles of the moon there. You have a way of moving your energy in the direction that that you want it to go. You just have to remember that life is not strictly responsibilities. When you can do that, actually taking the time to move forward, you'll find yourself blossoming, growing in a way that you least expect it. These moments of joy and passion and happiness assist you in growing into in a different perspective or down a different path than you ever expected. You are more than you think. You are more than what you believe. So when you take action, you grow and open up a new pathway. And in order to do this, because at first I was kind of confused, you need to be faithful to yourself, to what makes you happy. It's fine and dandy to be a person of responsibility, a person of security, if that's who you really are at the core. Just don't forget that that's not all you are. Be loyal to every aspect of you, not just one part. Okie dokie, dear.
All right. We start out with the Page of Water, the Page of Cups. This is about being open-hearted. It's about being sensitive and being intuitive. I feel like it's like, being in touch, you're all in your feels, if you will. We've got the Knight of Water, or the Knight of Cups. This is someone who loves the idea of being in love, someone who wears their heart on their sleeve, someone who is romantic and emotional, and sometimes can even be slightly dramatic. We have the Six of Fire, or the Six of Wands on the in the outcome position, or the possible outcome position. It's about self-esteem and recognition, victory and success, right? And on the bottom of the deck, we have the Five of Water. So again, looking at the 3 cups on the ground and all the content spilt out, not the 2 cups that remain. And I've said this before, imagine that you're the angel that's standing behind her, and you're literally trying to yell and say, look up, just look up, please look up, just look up, just look up, please. So it's that energy of disappointment, right? And regret. Nothing I do is right. Nothing I do is good enough. I'm just one step behind everybody else. I don't know why, but that's what I'm feeling a lot. We have from the throat chakra communication. And on this card, it says self-expression, sharing, connection, and exchange. Using your voice, using your hearing, using your listening, knowing the difference, speaking your truth, saying how you feel, standing up for yourself, expressing your emotions through your vocal cords. That was weird. Through your voice is what I was trying to say. And then I have begin now. Take your first step. So you started out the reading with take action. This is taking action. So listen to your heart and take actions based on what your heart is telling you, right? Because your heart is never going to lie to you. Your heart is your truth, right? So this is about speaking your truth, standing in your truth, and owning it.
Being loyal to yourself and your truth.
Yep.
Yep.
Yay. All right. And we move on to our lovely Capricorn friends, who will be celebrating birthdays very shortly. I should say happy American Thanksgiving, because I will forget. Because I'm not American, so. It's just.
And I will say thank you for the collective.
It's just Thursday to me, so. I'm sure that everyone that's listening to this is thinking to themselves, now, how did you just get there, Kelly? So my grandmother was a Capricorn. Her birthday was Christmas Day. So whenever I think of Capricorns, I think of Christmas. Christmas makes me think of turkey. I landed on Thanksgiving. Sorry.
It all works.
That's how my mind works, friends. It's scary, isn't it? I'm like a ball inside of a pinball machine. Is what's happening. All right, quick, say something before I give some other crazy story.
Capricorn. Something. Yeah, Butterfingers. This is a reminder. Telling you don't forget. And that's suggesting to me that something from the past is coming up. It's going to be front and center. Almost as if it's being brought up to waylay you on the journey that you're traveling right now. Almost a, did you learn your lesson? Did you remember what happened the last time? Can you bypass the obstacles on this short section of your journey? You're being reminded you need to focus. When you focus, you can literally hit any target that you aim at. So don't let the past mess up the focus that is necessary right now. And then we've got the High Priestess of Water, which to me is a lot of emotions, a lot of, yes, there's love, but there's also all those other emotions that come along. And when you're talking about from the past, lessons from the past, reminders from the past, and emotions, they can both get in the way of your focus. That's why you're being reminded to focus. But it's those emotions that's going to help guide you with the moon to see the truth of what's before you. A lot of times, in the dim light of a moon, we can fool ourselves and scare ourselves out of taking action because we don't know what boogeyman is behind that tree. Don't allow that fear to stop you from moving forward. You may have to go a little more slowly because the past may make you second guess yourself. But don't allow that fear to keep you from shining. You keep following that moon. That light will guide you out. Okay.
So, speaking of don't let the past, we started with the death and rebirth card in the past position. So you've had some sort of a restart, some sort of a new start, new beginning, new cycle, right? You've left something behind and you've started moving forward. Yay. Following that, we've got the King of Cups. This is all about love, right? This is loving yourself, nurturing yourself, comforting yourself, embracing yourself. And I'm not saying that you did it yourself. Perhaps there is someone in your life that was that person for you, but you have been lifted up, right? You've been loved, you've been supported, you've been embraced. We have the Eight of Swords. And so there's a little more work to do. The way that you see yourself is still broken. The world doesn't see you as that, but you perceive that they still see that you're scared on the inside because of whatever this thing was that happened to you, right? Whatever this thing is that you're holding on to. On the bottom of the deck, we have the King of Wands. King of Wands is a great leader, an excellent communicator. He's about power, right? He's the kind of guy that's going to start a business or businesses, and he's going to be seriously successful. That's where you're at right now. You are getting your momentum. You're gaining power, right? You're starting to sort of get yourself back into the game, for lack of a better way to say it. We've got the cedar tree in wisdom, right? Tap into that. We all have that inner wisdom within us, our gut instinct, the thing that helps us. We all have it. Half the time we don't listen to it, even if we are aware that it's there. And the other time we pretend like I mean, what's that? I don't know what that is. I don't have that. Right? Because we stop trusting it in certain points of our life. Tap into that. And how do you do that? Literally, go outside, stick your hand on the bark of the tree, and just get quiet for a second and allow yourself to sort of take that power in. Right? Let it ground you. Let it bring you some peace. And speaking of peace, we have mindfulness, which is a peaceful presence and a quiet mind. Right? The best way to put this behind you and to take the blindfold off and unbound yourself is to come from a place of love, right? Coming from a place of love is going to bring you joy. It's going to fill your heart up with joy and happiness, and it's going to bring you peace. It's going to gain wisdom, and then you're standing in your power.
That's beautiful.
Well, thanks, Spirit. Thanks, Spirit. That was an awesome read for Capricorn. All right, now we move on to our lovely Aquarian friends. Our lovely Aquarian friends. I should mention while we're shuffling that 2 p.m. Wednesday, 2 p.m. Eastern Time Wednesday, I will be here for my first segment of Interrogation, a roundtable discussion of all things that you want to know about tarot, with a little bit of humor mixed in. And my guests will be Gerald from Tarot Stash and Richie from Longman Tarot. So I look forward to that. And then on Friday at 4 p.m. Eastern, we're doing one step at a time. And the goal is to be outside at the fire pit. Back there in the backyard. There's like 1.5 feet of snow. So I hope you can tune in for that. That's 4 p.m. Eastern. Sorry for my shameless plugs. Go ahead.
It's all good.
Well, they're not. I mean, are they shameless plugs if I'm on my own channel? I don't know.
Okay, Aquarius. We begin with Apok, and he's fear.
What'd you say?
His name is Apok, and he's all about fear.
Yeah.
And I'm not quite sure what you're afraid of. So I needed a clarifier. And out came 2.
No.
There, I know. Part of you is afraid of how you are seen. This is the beauty card. The image that we portray to the world is how accepted we are by others. But at the same time, you're afraid of your spiritual connection.
Yes, ma'am.
There's nothing you can do to change your spiritual connection besides opening up to it and becoming more connected, becoming more grounded, becoming more self-aware, or closing it off completely. And even when we fall for the illusion of closing it off, it's what it is, an illusion, because spirit is always there by your side, helping you, guiding you, and protecting you. So to me, this fear is not only unfounded, it is an illusion that you are telling yourself. Whether it's because you, with that connection, you feel like an outsider, or you feel like you're flapping in the wind because you may not have many spiritually connected people in your immediate vicinity, you need to rewrite the script on that. And the reason I say that is because the following card that you get is Nauda. He's perfection. And in the eyes of spirit, and hopefully in yourself, you understand that you are perfect as you are. You do not need to change to please anybody. If they cannot love you and accept you for who you are as an individual, then you may need to reconsider whether they need to be there in your life. And Spirit leaves you with one final reminder from Anubis. You are always protected. Things may seem chaotic, things may seem off balance, things may seem scary. But Spirit, not just Spirit, but also your higher self, are always there protecting you and guiding you down the best path for you to travel.
Come on.
Okay, dear. That one almost had me in tears.
Hi, buddy.
Wrong deck. Wrong deck.
Hi, sweetheart. Oh, thank you for the kisses. God bless you. What a sweet boy. This is a sweet boy. Yes, you are. It's a sweet boy. Thank you. Holding mommy's hand.
He's so cute.
So we start out with the Tower card. In this deck, it's called Transformation. And on the bottom of this card, I want to point out that it says realization, life change, and liberation. Now, this card is in the past position. And so I feel like something pretty significant had occurred in your past that really rocked your world, sort of left you felt like you were standing on shaky foundation, questioning things, right? We have the High Priestess next. However, it came out in the reverse. And normally I don't really read reversals, but it made sense when I looked at these cards and then also with Anna's reading. So the High Priestess upright is about your wisdom and your patience, your intuition, your connection to spirit, your connection to yourself. And in reverse, it is a lack of understanding when it comes to listening to your intuition or your inner wisdom. It is not having patience. And that's kind of where you're at right now. We have the Two of Wands or the Two of Fire, right? This is making plans. This is progress. This is partnership. So, potentially you could be opening a business or wanting to travel somewhere. On the bottom of the deck, we've got the King of Fire. This is someone who is confident, they're passionate, they're adventurous, they know exactly what they want, they know exactly how to get it, and they're not afraid to go after it. And so whatever this shift, in your life was, that's what's got you doubting. I don't think it's that you don't believe. I think that you just doubt. You second guess, right? And if you can flip that around and start to believe in your intuition and believe in your gut instinct and your spiritual sort of connection and allow yourself to explore that and to understand it, that's when plans are going to start to happen for you, right? That's when things are going to start to make sense. I pulled this card here, which is literally understanding, right? Now, if you just look at that picture, her arms are raised up and just said, like, this is above me. This is beyond me. I don't need to know all the answers. I have said countless number of times, as many other readers have said, this is a question of trust. You have to trust yourself enough that it's okay to just let yourself go and explore whatever adventure spirit takes you on, right? You have to trust that you're being protected. You have to trust that they love you. You have to trust that they're, that you're in good hands. You have to trust that they're going to guide you. They're not going to lead you down the garden path. There's no reason for them to do that. They're not the mean girls at school kind of vibe. You know what I mean? They have nothing to gain by doing that to you. And the last card that I got, which is one of my absolute favorite cards in this deck, we've got Cross the Bridge of Happiness. And the message on this card reads, it leads over the depths of your emotions. So, if you can get past this and gain a little bit of this, you're going to start to develop that. And then you're going to go after this. And literally running down that road is crossing that bridge. That's when you get to the happiness. And that's when plans start to actually make themselves known to you, right? That's when partnerships are created. That's when things are like, something's actually happening here and I'm really enjoying it. You just got to trust. You got this. I'm sure of it. You got it.
Yep.
That's what I got. That was for Aquarius, right?
Yep.
Yes, ma'am. That was for Aquarius. All right. Moving on to Pisces. Thank you, everyone, for hanging out with us. And I'm sorry that it's taken us so long, but, they're good readings. Good readings sometimes take longer than we may want them to, but that is how it goes. 148. Good grief. For our lovely Piscean friends, what do they need now? Oh, I have to make a birthday cake for Mark. It's Mark's birthday, everybody. Woohoo! Happy birthday to my husband. Yay.
Yay.
I have to make a birthday cake and a big birthday dinner and
Okay. So, Pisces. Darling, you are a powerful force. When you decide you're going to move forward, you go full steam ahead. You give it everything that you've got. To the point where sometimes you look like you're flying leaps and bounds ahead of everybody else. What you need to do is to have faith.
That seems to be the common message tonight. Would you not agree?
Yeah, that's literally what I was just about to say.
It
seems to be a very prevalent message to all of us. You need to maintain your faith. And if you don't currently have faith, find a way to achieve it. Because you are stronger than you believe you are. You are more powerful than you have ever realized. Because you've been too focused on taking care of your family, your job, taking care of your responsibilities, that you don't actually look at yourself in the mirror and see how strong and powerful you actually are. Without you, things crumble frequently. Empower yourself with the faith that you've got this. You can achieve anything you want, to include prosperity. I mean, look at that. She seems to be in the lap of luxury. Not in the sense of giving up part of herself to tie herself to the devil. No, she has found an equal yet opposite energy that blends well in the process of manifesting what she wants. Just for a little extra clarity, the only thing you are being urged to do, other than following your passion, trusting, having faith that you will get where you want to go, you have the equator. Remember to stay balanced. Yes, go after your dreams. Yes, go full steam ahead. Just remember to keep your eyes open, because every now and then there is a dip in the road. There is a track that's a little dented. But you are powerful enough to jump over them, to fly over them. So long as you're aware that they are there. Right? On to you, my dear.
We'll start out with the lovely 5 of air. Anyone who knows me knows I don't like the word mistakes. But that's what this is about. The adult chess game, right? The overanalyzation, the reassessment. Well, if I do this, then this will be. But then if I go over here, well, then maybe I might be able to stop that. But if then I go over here, what you know what I mean? You're constantly trying to like outmaneuver yourself. Stay one step in front of yourself almost. Now that's the energy coming in from the past. So that implies to me that you have had to work very hard, and you feel like, it feels like you've had a lot of challenges, a lot of obstacles that you've had to overcome, right? To get where you are. We have the 10 of Earth, or the 10 of Pentacles. This is the happy home, the happy home card, not the happy family card, the happy home. This is about having that solid foundation. This is about security and tradition and prosperity. It's about surrounding yourself with the people that you love. It makes you happy. My cards don't imply this, but I feel this really strongly, that there's been some kind of drama in the family, we'll call it that. Or for the best of intentions, things just aren't working out exactly as you would hope that they would. And so you might feel slightly pulled apart, slightly separated from someone. We've got the Three of Air. This is in the possible outcome position. I say possible, right? This is sorrow. It's upset, forgiveness. But it's also an opportunity to heal. So if you've had a situation with someone in the family, don't think, oh my God, all hope is not lost. You can repair that, right? Because, of course, we have free will. On the bottom of the deck, we have the Ace of Earth. This is opportunity and using the resources that you have. And it's about abundance. It's planting the seed, right? So you've got 2 air, which are your thoughts, and you've got 2 earth, which is like your material possessions, your money, your family, right? Your security. So it's not necessarily a head versus a heart thing, but it kind of is a head versus a heart thing. And I just thought that was an interesting point to make. So I pulled a bunch of cards, because why not? The first card that I've got is from you can see at the top there, they have little words. So these are the categories. This is from Spirit. We have family, friends, and your guides. So your family and friends ties into what I feel in this 10 of earth and the 3 of air and the guides. You talk to your guides, ask your guides for help, ask your guides for protection, right? Ask them for an encouraging message so that you don't fall into the same mistakes or the same patterns is the word I want to use. This is such an interesting card. We have, what do I want to carve out space for in my life? What do I want to carve out space for in my life? We have a prairie dog. And we have dig. And I don't know why, but when I seen this card, I literally thought of this card. Like you're constantly going around the yard making these holes, trying to find the bone that you buried last week, and you can't. The dog buried the bone, not a human bone, friends. Right. Because you got all excited in the moment. Do you understand what I'm saying and what I'm trying to get to? Yes. So then I went to my own oracle deck, okay? So the first card I got was the Happy Home card. So that's twice for the Happy Home card, okay? We've got holding hands. Does that not look like she's trying to hold someone's hand the way she's got her arms extended out? Like, yes. Even though there's no one there, it's like she's got 2 people on either side of her. Does that not look like that?
Actually, if you look at the way the light goes up from the water towards her hands, it almost looks like it's a spiritual connection.
Yeah.
Already holding her hand. So, yeah.
Right? So I thought that was interesting. Okay. Then I've got 777. And if so, be on the lookout for that synchronicity. It's about luck. It's about manifesting your goals. It's about looking forward with excitement. Looking forward with excitement, not sadness, right? That's the healing. And then I got retirement, which I just thought was odd. But really, when you think about it, retiring those feelings, letting those feelings go once and for all. I'm done with them. I'm not dealing with that anymore. Like I'm freeing myself from that. You know what I mean?
Also retirement from old habits that you already know don't work.
Yep. So this to me is very much about knowing your worth, right? Knowing your worth, believing in your worth, and doing whatever is necessary to achieve whatever you think your worth value is. And that is being surrounded by the people that you love, providing that solid foundation, right? Lovely. I love that.
What I loved was when you made that comment about the connection between the heart and the mind.
Yeah.
And it immediately brought me back to that equator card, where you need to have the balance between the two. You can't let one override the other.
Yeah. So that was some darn good readings. I thank you, my friend. I thank everyone for hanging out with us for 2 hours. That was a lot longer than the first time, but they were excellent reads. I appreciate you being here to help me with that.
Anytime, darling.
Don't forget to, the new moon. It's a great time to release and set intentions. Go out and soak up some of the power of the moonlight if you can. If you can't go out, look out the window and look up at the moon. Ask it what it wants to tell you, right? Just allow yourself to be in that moment. Recharge your crystals, right? Make some moon water. There's all kinds of things that you can do under the light of the moon that allows you to be in that moment. I want to say, just be in it.
Just be in it. Because if you can just be, you'd be amazed at the messages that just randomly pop up.
True,
giving you answers for things you hadn't thought about in a while.
Absolutely. All right. So, with that being said, we're going to wish you good night and many blessings. And of course, Anna Banana's description will be, I said that now, like the last 10 times I've said that, I messed it up. Anna Banana's link will be in the description box below. If you are not familiar with who Anna Banana is, she is my friend. She's an excellent reader. Please do go show her some love. And I will see you on Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern.
Be there, be square. Bye.
Blessings.